Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Brown, the show. Tonight we'll be discussing the similarities and differences between the piece of literature, the Iliad, and the movie Troy. For our first guest today, we have Muhammad Lee, an expert on Troy. Come on out, Muhammad.
Yeah, I'm kind of an expert. I've watched the movie about 27 times in the past week or so. Some say it's an addiction, but I think it's not. I just get really anxious and depressed when I'm not watching the movie. Hector! Oh, that's better. Well, anyways, I've recently read the Iliad, and I thought that it paled in comparison to that brilliant movie.
Oh, why would you say that? I mean, were there any differences between the two?
Well, first of all, Achilles was much kinder in letting Briseis go home in the movie, and I just thought that was really nice, showed that he was nice. The book always portrayed him as selfish, and that was just not doing my boy Achilles any favors. I love him.
Okay. Anything else?
They also killed Achilles before he could participate in the Trojan War, and I just thought that was dumb because his hair just flowed so beautifully exiting that horse. And then the book also showed that he was a little pansy because he was so soft because he fell in love with Briseis, and that was the reason because he didn't fight. But the movie so brilliantly portrayed him as such a strong man by saying that it was just an argument with Agamemnon. That's way more attractive.
All right, well, we clearly have an Achilles fan here. Thanks a ton, Muhammad. Let's have a round of applause for our special friend. Nobody else. Okay. Next up is our expert on the book The Iliad, Dr. Junior.
Thank you, Lily, but I think we should refer to this book as Homer's Iliad, based on the man who wrote this epic tale.
Excuse me.
Anyway, the major difference that I found was that Paris, in the movie, was not raised by a herdsman and was obviously living comfortably inside Troy's walls.
The Uses for Stairs, Part 2. It's a way to get higher without drugs. And you can act like a princess.
Another major difference that I found was that Helen starts the war in the book because Paris takes Helen in the book, but in the movie, the Trojans and the Greeks were already fighting, and then Helen just restarts the war. And the final difference was that Agamemnon's apology was present in the movie, but it was just so different from the amazingly described, beautiful, blood-thirsty, and rage-filled apology that Agamemnon had in the book.
Well, thank you for those keen observations.
I know I'm smart.
Okay, we do too. You can go now. Goodbye. All right, this is getting violent.
Donate to the ASPCA, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
All right, now we're going to play a game in which two contestants have to try to name all of the similarities between the book, the Iliad, and the movie Troy. Our two contestants today are the actresses who played Helen and Briseis in the movie Troy. And our guest judge is Vanna White.
I love you, Vanna. I love you too.
All right, contestants, take your places. All right, when I say go, we're going to start. On your mark. Get set. Go.
Achilles refuses to fight for Agamemnon.
Achilles was the greatest hero.
The Greeks captured the Trojan beach.
Helen goes with Paris to the wedding.
Achilles dragged Hector's body behind a chariot.
Hector kills Patroclus.
The Trojan horse ends the war.
Ding ding ding! Time's up and our winner is Helen! So enough with all their opinions. Personally, I thought the greatest difference between the book and the movie was it the backstory of the wedding between the gods, the golden apple, and Aphrodite's promise to Paris of Helen. That wasn't included in the movie. But a difference I noticed was that in the book and the movie, Patroclus wears Achilles' armor to go fight. Which, includes Hector! The show.
Why'd you do that?
See you next time. Ta-da! This competition will begin on the count of go. Alright? On your mark.